Good morning, folks. Welcome to Saturday Power Hour, where most people look at the weekends to pop bottles, but here we pop contracts first. 2 hours, pure dials, pure focus, where we simply listen, solve, educate, inform, and finally close. So, as you all know, I usually do these live, but I am traveling this weekend, so this is pre-recorded. I want to make sure that I at least drop some value today for you folks and help you dial, as I know this phone can get pretty heavy on the weekends. So let's all work hard now so that we can play harder later. And as always, drop your biggest key takeaway in the comments below so that a new wholesaler, just like yourself, okay, can get their first deal and become the next closer. So folks, as always, speed and volume, speed and volume. Let's go. Let's get after this.
Hello?
Hey, is Tamara?
Hello?
Yes, Tamara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Hey, Tamara, it's Caesar. I noticed you just sent me a text, maybe about a couple of hours ago. It's
Yeah.
about your property on Center Street.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I was saying I had just got the people out. Whoever the person is that my ex sister-in-law sent my daughter.
mhm.
It was crazy because she gave her a contract for 90,000. Cool. You know, I had that tenant in there trying to get them out. So finally got them out like 3 days ago. But the lady said, well, I can get them. I can like they can evict them or whatever, and they can do that process or whatever. So she asked her like, how much is that? Why did that lady say $40,000?
What's $40,000?
Is that how much it costs to evict somebody?
Well, it depends. I mean, are they giving the tenants cash for keys? I mean, I don't know the whole situation, so I mean, I have done that
Right.
before where you can get out there, but I've also had scenarios where it didn't. You know what I mean? It just all depends on the situation. And so, and by the way, Tamara, I know we've talked before because I
I
definitely
ain't
remember
never.
your voice. But it's
Yes.
just, if you don't mind just catching me up on it. So you had tenants in there, you finally evicted them, right?
Yeah. Finally got them out of there.
Okay. And then you said
So
your sister signed the contract.
no, she sent her a contract trying to get the saying that somebody that she worked with wanted the house or whatever. So so my daughter said, well, I think my mom's talking to somebody. And then but I haven't, we haven't caught up with each other yet because she didn't call my phone. She called my daughter's phone. And my daughter don't even take care of, the house or anything. I'm the one that does it and makes decisions and all that stuff. But
Okay.
anyway, she said, well, how much is the house? So she told her 94,000 it was. She was like, I'll send you a contract for 90,000 right now, and da da da. So she was like, okay.
So did your daughter sign the contract or no?
Yeah, she did. But here's the thing: the lady talking about she can do the eviction and get the people evicted, but it will be $40,000 out of 90,000. We're gonna pay you $40,000 to evict somebody, which costs $400 a year.
Yeah. So what she's saying now, she's trying to drop the price on you to 50,000. Is that what's happening essentially?
No, because nobody's gonna be stupid to pay $40,000 to turn in some papers.
No. I understand that, but I'm just saying that's what she's trying to do.
Oh yeah, I guess that's what she said.
Okay.
That's what my daughter said. She said. So I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with nobody. Talking about $40,000. Like, who would say that? I said, this not California. We don't have
Yeah, I was gonna
those
say.
types of houses. I was like, this is
Yeah.
a house on the east side. The best thing of that is I could buy a college, down close to downtown, stuff like that. But not for $40,000.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
400. It costs $400 to evict somebody. The only thing about it is just the time.
It's just the
Because you got
time.
to give them a week. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yep.
that's it. Like, who would do that? Like, ain't nobody desperate like that to give up their house. Like, no. Mm-mm.
So when is your
So yeah,
when is your contract with that lady end?
uh, it ends in 2 days.
Oh, it ends in 2 days, and title hasn't reached out
Yeah.
to you folks yet, or anything like that at all.
No,
Okay, so
no,
that
not that I
means
know of. I haven't spoke to my daughter, but
okay.
still, she's not going to deal with that lady anyway. She said she's not going to deal with that lady because she was just, like, this is not California.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay,
then
I
she
get you.
then she started acting like with a little attitude or whatever. I'm like, don't nobody want to pay that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that lady's probably a wholesaler. She's not even a buyer.
oh, okay.
Which
Yeah,
there's
she
nothing
kept
wrong. There's
saying like,
nothing.
well, let me get my. She told my daughter. My daughter said she kept saying, well, okay, well, let me get with my team. Like, if you could send me some pictures, let me get with my team. Because I had told her, I said, well, he got a lot of stuff in the yard and all this type of stuff. Like he was acting like he was gonna uh fix the wanted to do something to the house or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, so it's just a hot mess. But you can't say anything or mess with them until you take them to court. You know what I'm saying? Here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep, yep. I got you.
So
Okay,
I'm like,
so is the
so
tenant has the tenant fully
yes,
moved out now?
all the way. Yes, totally moved out. There's nothing in there but the tools that I took down there this morning to start working on it because um he had so much stuff in that house. I couldn't even believe it.
Okay.
And it seemed like the walls were just white. When he got in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like a lot of them are like gray.
Yeah, okay.
I just say that. So doors is brand new, but they got hand spots everywhere, all over, and they don't have kids. It's just two adults,
Oh my
no
gosh.
children. Every door in the house, every door. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, I
Oh,
gotta
I'm so
tell you,
mad.
these are some of the reasons why I also want to offload some of my rentals because of these type of headaches, And it's just sometimes you
Yeah.
just gotta be like, is it even worth tenants and toilets? I don't know. There are times when it is, but there are definitely times when it isn't. So I get the situation
Yeah.
now. So if you don't mind, let me just get to the beginning part of this. What is the
Mhm.
actual address? Okay, because the one that I had was Lamar. So I just want to make sure. Okay, so 1858 Center. All right, let me just make sure. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm pulling this up. You sound like you're driving, by the way.
Fish, so I can cook some fish before I go to work.
Got it. Got it.
So
All right.
I'm finna get on my way down to Lamar.
Okay. So I'm pulling this up right now. So the now tenant's gone. Yes, it does need some work. So how much are you looking to get for this?
uh, well, we were willing to get at least 80 something. I was saying 80 something. And, you said 85. So I'm
Hey,
assuming that's why the lady jumped on when she talked to my daughter. She jumped on 90. I mean, immediately sent the contract.
really?
Immediately signed contract within 15 minutes. I'm like, what? Who does that?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. She was probably most likely. I'm not gonna say 100% because I don't know who she is, but most likely she was a wholesaler. And by the way, there's
Mm.
nothing wrong with wholesaling. I do wholesale some of my properties as well. The only difference is I'm very
I don't even
transparent.
know what that is.
Yeah, I can explain that to you real quick. So what it is as an investor like myself, I have three strategies. I can either buy it and fix and flip it, right? Or I can keep it as a rental. And then the third option that I have is, let's say we're not agreeing price point because I have to hire crew, or let's just say I have a very busy month and my capital is already tied up, right? Where I still feel like there's still an opportunity to make money. That being said, it just doesn't fit my business portfolio. And so what I can
Mm-hmm.
do then now is between you and I, you as the seller, right? You and I agree on a price, whatever that price is. Let's say in that scenario, let's say 85. And then what I do is I simply just go to my business partners that I've done business with in the past, and I just say, hey, here's a property. If you want it, it's $85,000. It's yours. I sign the contract over to them, and then they make me a partner. What I mean by that is they either pay me a finder's fee for finding them a good deal, or they make me as a partner so that when they flip it later, I can get
Mm-hmm.
I can get an equity share into it. You know what I mean? Either
Oh, okay.
way, yeah, either way, it doesn't affect the price point between you and I. That will be
Mm-hmm.
between me and the end buyer. So that's just a way
Mm-hmm.
for an investor to make a little bit of change, because we're providing a solution, right? Because we're still
Right.
getting the property moved for you off market where you don't have to wait. It offers you speed and convenience. You know what I mean? And you don't have to pay for
Yeah.
closing costs and you don't have to pay for realtor fees. So it ends up being a
Right.
win-win situation because you're happy because you got the money in your bank account. The end buyer is happy because now they have a new project, and I'm happy because I never picked up the hammer and I provided you a solution. You know what I mean?
They
Um,
say I never picked up the hammer.
yeah.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, if I can find that sweet spot where it's a solution for you first, then solution for the end buyer, and then finally at the end, if I'm able to make some money either now or in the future, then for me, I'm not trying to hit a home run. As long as I can get to the first base, I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. 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 I hear you.
Yeah, and then it's just a lot of folks. They learn a lot from all these gurus on YouTube, and then they don't tell you that they're wholesaling, and then so that's when it can get a little
Mm.
tricky. Where I just tell you right up front, like after you and I have this conversation, if I decide that's the route that I'm going to take, I'm going to let you know before I even send you an agreement, just so in that way we both know what's going on. I can manage expectations, and we're collaborating with each other to get this thing across the finish line.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because for me, that's
Yeah.
more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Um,
And
okay.
me, I'm tired of fixing it up and you know try to rent it out, and then people do this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been 4 months,
Mm-hmm. And you don't want
and
to do
that's
that anymore.
ridiculous. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm yeah, both of the houses, and they've been I've been had them just staying light and water. So if I decide I want to go over there and work on the house or whatever it is, I can do it and all that stuff. I mean, they were just horrible, and I really tried to help them.
Mm-hmm.
And in 4 months, I have $1,005 electric bill
Oh, four
because
months.
I didn't I didn't change the electric bill out. I was
Wow.
just letting them pay the electric bill. The bill comes there. All they have to do is call, give them the account number, and pay it.
And
Simple.
is that paid for now,
They
or
was
do you still owe that 5,000?
no. I still owe that. No, it's $1,050.
Okay, so it's down to a
But
minimum now.
that's yeah. So that's a lot for a light bill, and the
Mm-hmm.
water bill is 400 and some dollars. I'm like, so y'all never paid no bill?
Oh my Lord.
You never paid no bill. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
And then the city turned off the light. So the guy called me. Why in the fuck you turn off the excuse me, but that's what he said.
No, no, no
Why in the
worries.
F you turned off the lights on us? You turned off the lights on us? I'm gonna call the cops because you can't do that. And I'm like, dude, I ain't turned off no lights. You ain't paid your bill. The city did that.
Oh
I
my
don't have nothing
God.
to do with it. I'm like, I
Oh.
don't have nothing to do with that. So I'm like, this is just crazy people.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, you can't help anybody else because every time I try to help people, they just stiff me,
Absolutely.
And then all that stuff in the yard and that was in the house, you would not believe it.
Wow.
You would not believe. Wait a minute, the backyard is not really big, and why did he bring a raggedy, dirty, filthy jacuzzi? And I came, inspecting the house, look by it, and I see that big old raggedy jacuzzi. I'm like, so I went around the corner. I went and knocked on the door because he didn't cut my fence
Mm-hmm.
on the side and cut the fence in the front of the driveway. I'm like, dude, this is not your property. You think you're trying to strong arm me? Like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Wow.
oh my God, I cannot believe this.
Wow.
I was like, I can't believe this.
All
So
right. Well, let's
I'm
hope
like,
hopefully I can be your solution and your easy bun here. So I mean,
right.
what is it that you're absolutely trying to accomplish here by selling this? Let's start with that so I can be a solution for you.
I'm just like I said, I'm just tired of them, and I don't feel like working on them. I'm like 60, gonna be 61. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do this no more. And I work, 17 hours a day. I don't have time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm working to pay somebody else's bill that they owe me. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So you're looking to get
So
about 80 something on this one. Right. And you
right,
said that it's fully vacant now, so I don't have to worry about tenants anymore.
yes,
So if we can close on this
yes.
in the next 14, 30 days, is that something that would be ideal for you?
If earlier, I'd appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can close as soon as title clears. It's just I don't have control
Yeah.
over title, and that's why I always say 14 to 30 days. Just
Okay.
because, it just depends on how long they can do the title search. Sometimes they can do it in 5 days, and I don't
Yeah.
mind. I can close as quick as that.
Oh yeah.
I just want to make
It's
sure I
at, it's
don't
yeah.
go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
in my daughter's name. It's not gonna be no problem with no title, nothing.
Okay,
Everything is clear.
got it. Okay, so I just want to make sure this is the corner house, right? And
Yes, yes,
this is a two bedroom, one bathroom.
right. But you can make it 3 bedrooms.
Yes, but right now it is considered as a
Hmm.
two bedroom,
Yes,
one
it's a
bathroom.
two. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
On the corner.
okay. Now, as far as the condition of the property,
Hang on 1 second.
sure.
Hang on 1 second. Okay. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. That was my grandson in the store.
No
And
worries. No
oh,
worries.
good Lord. Okay. So say
Okay.
say that again. Yeah,
So
everything is clear on our part. For real.
Okay, so it's a two bedroom, one
Mm-hmm.
bathroom. You said I can
Mm-hmm.
push it to 3-1. You're saying there's enough
Right.
space for me to make it into a 3-1. But right now it's
Right.
a 2-1, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know you said you just saw the place. I mean, if I were to buy this and get it rent ready, how much do you think I need to sink into this to get it rent ready for the next set of tenants?
Uh, maybe because I don't think that the counters, the cabinets. I'm sorry, is they're old, but they're not torn or look crazy or nothing. I can send you a picture of them, when I get back over there. But some people like to go in there and put those white big cabinets in there and stuff. It just depends on what you want to do.
Well, I mean, I want to get it rent ready. I mean, I'm not trying to get a Taj Mahal in there. I don't need top of the
Right.
line. I just need to make sure that I can get the
Yeah.
maximum rent that I can get.
Yes, 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 yes. And that's I know 12 to 1,500 for the 2 bedrooms on
Is
the east
what
side.
it's what I can get rent up to
The hu-
15. So
the rent.
let's say
Right.
1350 right in the middle would probably be a good estimation.
Yeah. See, here's the kick though. People don't like pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you was younger, teenage, young adult, when you rent you a place, you want that place, so you're gonna pay your rent like water.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people here, they, they don't have a job, or they think like they have a job.
Mm.
So I because I've got stiffed 3 times, so I don't want you to get stiff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're a big, yeah, but you're like a company. I'm just a regular
Oh,
citizen.
I'm a private investor. I mean, I'm not part of any hedge fund or anything like that at all. I mean, I do have
Yeah,
quite a
but you
bit.
can do background checks and, make sure they're good, make sure their job is good and all this kind of stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do that, and I can't do that, because I can't call up a company and be like, hey, can I get a background check on such and such?
Yeah,
And they'll
yeah.
be like, and who are you?
You're like,
You-
hello.
so,
Um,
I'm saying that'll be the difference, and, you're getting your money, or they have realtor company. Well, you are, like you said, an investor. So, you know how to get your money from your renters,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I was gonna have a realtor, be over it. You know how they look over, make sure, they up on them, going to see them, whatever they do,
Mm-hmm.
and the people continue to pay their rent.
Yeah.
But I don't have the access to those things in order to make sure that they not lying, because these are some good liars.
Yeah. I know that. So let me
And
ask you
I just
this. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, I just don't want. I just want to make sure that you have your, what you need to do to be able to get the background and all what you need, because I didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I had no access to that, and I'm just a plain citizen and be like, hey, I'm trying to rent this house out. Can I get a background check and all this type of stuff? They won't do that here,
Okay. Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
So being that you have your license to, sell houses, buy houses, rent houses, stuff like that, you got that access to have that,
Okay.
and you can do your diligence. I couldn't, so I'm just saying, people here is just, they fickle. Some people will pay their rent. Some people, lie, like these people did.
Yeah.
They just moved out of a $2,000 a month house. But I think she was on some kind of program
Mm-hmm.
that paid most of that $2,000 for that raggedy apartment they was in.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried to help them out, give them a break, and just $1,200. Oh my God. Mm-mm. you know.
1200. Okay. So 1200.
But
Now
yeah, but
I'm looking on the Google Maps right now.
hmm
It still has that. It's still white with a brown wood frame around the door and the window in the front. Does he still have that satellite dish in the front?
yeah, I replaced the wood trimmings and
The wood
stuff.
trimmings, yeah, yeah.
I Yeah, I just have not painted them, so it's just wood. They have not been painted. They just use that light color, regular
Okay.
wood.
And
Yeah. So if you look,
how's the roof and all like the big 6 ticket items?
well, the roof is not what was not leaking, is not leaking.
Okay.
Um,
But
it
probably
it
needs a
did it
replacement.
did it did. Well, I don't know. I think you can hold off on there because, like I said, it's not doing anything. There's no leaks or anything in the house. There's no, like, how you have the white. I have all white, and you could tell it would be brown if the roof was leaking and all that kind of stuff. So it's not doing that. It hasn't been doing that since
Okay.
and it's been like 7 years that I got the roof replaced. So
Okay.
uh, that should be okay.
Gotcha.
I don't have central heat and air, but I did pay $2,000 to get the wiring for it. I just didn't get it and do it. For central heat and air, if I wanted to do that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I did get the wiring put in and stuff like that. So that was $700. So I'm like, you put money into it and it still looks like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I got you.
But yeah,
So let me ask you this. Do you guys owe any money on this, or are there any back taxes, any
no,
liens?
no, big back taxes, yes,
Okay, how much do
taxes,
you guys
yes,
owe?
and they uh last year and this year. So it's like I think 4,000 each,
Okay, so
and
if
they'll take that out of
the
they'll take
proceeds,
that
yeah.
out of the payment. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
because
but
I was
that's
just
it,
looking at my notes. It seems like I wrote down 10,000 here. So anywhere between 8 to 10,000 is the back taxes, right?
right?
Does that sound about right? Okay, so 8 to 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and
So
then
that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a benefit for us to continue to do this, and the taxes went up so ridiculous.
got you. Okay, and Tamara, and I know it's been a while since we last spoke, and just a quick friendly reminder. I always tell folks, at the end of the day, I love to be the solution and help you guys out as much as I can and put as much money as I can in your pocket. That being said, I also need to be fair to my business because if I'm upside down, then
Exactly.
I'll be out of business. And so
Hmm.
I want to make sure that if we do make a deal, that it's something that's meaningful and that can help you and your daughter out. So if you don't mind me asking, I mean, what is it that you guys are absolutely trying to accomplish, walk away with on this, and like what's most important for you? Because I know
Well,
you don't want to deal with 10 toilets anymore. I understand that, but what is it that you
well,
guys want to
she
accomplish?
said, yeah, she just says, uh, sell it as is for the 90,000, which I was willing to come down a little bit, and then. But at the end of the day, like you said, either or, 85, 90, whatever.
Yeah.
As long as
Now,
one of those numbers are in between, you know,
now let me ask you. I mean,
because
let's
I'm just ready
say
to stop babysitting it.
okay, so 90, 85, 90,000 is what you guys want to walk away with. I mean, purchase price. Is what you guys want. Is there a certain significance to that number? Is there something that you guys are trying to accomplish? Tamara, are you there? Hello, Tamara, can you hear me? Uh-oh, Tamara, Tamara, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I could barely hear you.
Okay, take it off the speaker. I mean, yeah, take it off my Bluetooth. Okay, hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I had to take it off my Bluetooth. So that's
Okay,
what that was. I'm sorry.
no worries, no worries. So, um, did you hear what I asked? I wasn't sure if you heard me or
No,
not.
no, what did you say?
I was just asking, what is it that you guys are absolutely trying to accomplish? Is there significance to that number? Is there a reason for that number? The 85, 90?
No, she just wanted close to the 94 or 95, whatever it was worth on the appraisal.
Okay. All right, okay. I mean, the only reason why I'm asking is because I'm just looking at what's selling and what's sold in the area. For me, what's sold is more important than what's selling because you can probably agree with me. Any realtor love to slap a random number on any properties, and then it stays there for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like to just go over what actually sold in the area. And
Mm-hmm.
so and I think I sent you that link one time. and let me send this over to you again, if you don't mind. I just want to know because I haven't seen any pictures of your property, but
Yeah, with the
if
blue and white house.
yeah, you remember that one?
Yeah,
It was like 2619 East Houston Street.
yeah. It's
Um,
almost, but since they were in there this 7, 8 months, it's not. Um, it's not look. It don't look that good anymore because
yeah,
that was a. I just had a that did fresh paint, everything. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. And so this,
and you
yeah,
know.
so this property that I just sent you the link, it's the same link that I sent you before. I mean,
Mhm,
it sold for 80,000 back in October 30, 2025. So that's like within the last 6 months. And that one is ready to move in. Like I don't need to do anything at all, right?
right.
Except for
Hmm.
paint two walls because somehow they have purple and blue there. It's probably their child's room. Um,
Right.
but other than that, so my only concern is if a
Where's
two
my purse?
bedroom, I'm sorry, what was that?
You got my purse? Okay. No, I was just trying to find out where my purse was.
Yeah. So my only
Okay.
concern is for a two bedroom, one bathroom, practically the same square footage as yours. If it's only selling for $80,000, maybe I can push it up to 85 because you have like 100. Actually, you have 90 square foot more. So maybe I can sell it for like 85,000. But the thing is, if
Hmm.
I can only resell it for 85,000 after I put in some money into it, my only
Hmm.
concern is that if I'm paying 85,000, then I would be upside down on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, I want to help you as much as I can. I just don't want to be upside down because if I am, then I'm going to be out of business and then I'm going to be needing help
Mhm.
3 months from
Yeah.
today. So that's why I'm asking, what is it that you guys are trying to accomplish by selling this house? I mean, I would love to help out as much as I can.
Hmm.
Um, So, so if you don't mind just
Well,
leveling with me, like, what is it that you guys are
yeah,
trying
like
to
I said,
accomplish with
it's
that
not
money?
a specific, uh, the specific reason for us is that I'm tired of it. I cannot any longer, continue to be, going through the cycle of what I've been going through, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to do that. I have a nice large property in Floresville, and I would like to spend more time there than
Mm-hmm.
here,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Yeah,
it's just me trying to get a break and taking care of the properties and stuff,
gotcha. Okay. So with the
you know. So
$10,000 of taxes,
right.
after that, are the proceeds going to be split between you and your daughter, or is it just going to go to you, or is it going to go to your daughter? What's the situation there?
It probably after taxes and whatever we have to pay the government for selling it, having that income, that got to come out of it too. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll probably be she'll get the most of it.
Okay.
That's just
Is
hers. I just do the upkeep, pretty much.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, I can provide you guys speed and convenience, and it's just the trade-off there is I just got to have a little bit of a discount, so that way I'm not asking for help 3 months from now. I mean, do you guys have any wiggle room with that number at all, where I can, wire some money in your guys' account by the middle of March and just call it a day, so you don't have to worry about, you know, tenants and toilets anymore, and now I'm gonna have to deal with the rest.
But I mean, I don't know about the more wiggle room than the 85 because she's already like, no, it should just be, that's 10,000 off. Like it shouldn't be any more than that, because she prefers 90, just 5,000 off. I'm the one said 85 to have to be 10,000 off the appraisal price. Oh, here's yeah. So,
I'm sorry, what was
you
that?
know, I said she's more to the point of no, I want uh, what it's appraised for the 94, or we can just get it appraised or whatever, uh, and see, if the Bear County is good. And like I told her, I said, well, Bear County is always cheap because it's the city, you
Hmm.
know, it's the state. I said, so if you were to get it appraised, then of course they'll say, oh yeah, it's worth more than 94,000.
Because they want to charge you more.
I don't know why it's only 400 for appraisal.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only reason why I say that is because as far as getting appraised by the county, right? At the end of the day, when they do the appraisal, it's because they want to know how much they can tax you as the owners of the property. And so,
Mm. But
the common joke that I like to mention is of all the properties that I've bought and sold, not one time did Uncle Sam ever pay me the amount of appraisal that they were appraising my values at, right?
of
And
course not. But yeah, that's what she was. That's what we were saying. That the state comes in and appraise it, appraisal department, and they put the number lower than a if you were to go and have it appraised.
oh, well, I mean, quite the contrary. In some counties, which some counties have been sued, and you can Google it, some counties across the country have been sued because there are times when they would actually appraise it a lot higher just so that they can get the income that they need from the sellers. Um,
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about.
yeah, and so the thing is, when it comes to appraisal values, for me, here's the situation, Tamara, is that when I buy this from you guys, at the end of the day, the county is not going to rent the house for me. The county is not going to buy the house for me once I fix it. It's going to be a newlywed couple that's going to buy that house for me, or a family that's going to rent that for me, right?
Oh,
Either
yeah.
way, I have to pay attention to what the market is doing because if the
Uh,
market says, "Hey, this is a $90,000 neighborhood," then that means when that newlywed couple is looking to buy a new house, they're gonna look at it and go, "Well, I'm not gonna pay more than $90,000 for any new house. I don't care how good it is, because
mhm.
I'm gonna be upside down later because the neighborhood is only a $90,000 neighborhood." So I get capped. You get what I mean? Does that make sense or no?
Sort of, kind of no, but I mean, if that's the way y'all do it, then that's the way y'all do it. I can't
Yeah, I
complain
mean
about that.
it's not just the way I do it. It's just the way, I mean, I don't
No,
set
I'm
the
saying,
price, you don't set the price, the
other
market
people have
does.
told us that before too. They would say, so we have to look at the numbers that, somebody else house is down the street and all this type of stuff, and all we could say to that is like, it's so many people giving away their houses for nothing. We're, you know,
Oh,
so
absolutely. And
that,
I don't want you to give your house away, by the way. I mean, I'm not saying I
yeah,
needed it way, way below. I'm just saying, like, you saw that house that I sent to you.
right, right,
That's not a distressed property. So those
right,
people were not giving it away, right? And
right,
so if they can only sell that for 80,000, all I'm saying is if I pay 85 or even just 85,000, I'm already upside down. I'm already upside down 5,000 plus I still got to put in some money into it before I can even rent it out or sell it.
right,
And so
right,
all I'm saying is paying 85,000 for it. I'm almost like the sucker that's going to pay 85 when I can just buy another house for 80 that I don't have to do anything. Like think about it. I mean,
yeah.
put yourself in my shoes. Are you
I
going to
mean,
pay
I get
85,000
it.
for someone where you have to lift up the hammer, or are you going to pay $80,000 where you can just have a new tenant move in
Yeah,
and you don't have
I
to lift
get
a
it.
finger? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
so that's why I'm asking. Like, I'd love to do some business with you guys, and even if I wholesale this, I'll let you guys know right now. But at 80,000, it is just any investor, including myself, is just going to look at it and go, dude, I can't do that because I can pick another house where I don't have to put any money into it, and I can buy it
right,
brand new at 80. And
right.
so that's why I'm asking, after the ten
I
thousand
understand that.
dollars, how much money
Yeah,
would you ladies like to walk away with in your pocket where you're happy, you have a smile on your face, but also at the same time, I'm not, I'm also at the same time I can keep the lights on.
yeah. Hang on one second. This is somebody from California. Hang on one second. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that was. They didn't say anything. I'm like, oh, I can't let people do that. Yeah, hello, hello. So, yeah, I just hung up. I mean, I get what you're saying, and I will, talk to her about it, or if I can call her and see if uh, she should be at the house. Cause she went somewhere this morning, but she should be. So hang on, let me call her. Let's see. Uh, okay, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, Quintara, this is what's your name again?
Yes, my name is Caesar. Hi, Kintara.
Caesar. Okay. Hi.
How are you? You don't sound very excited.
Not really, but
Oh
yeah.
no, what happened? What's going on?
Nothing. Just getting off of work, and my mom just called, put people on the phone, so nothing.
Got it. Okay. Well, I guess let me introduce myself. My name is Caesar. I am a private investor. I do buy quite a bit out in San Antonio. And like what I told your mom, there's a lot of folks out there that are quote unquote investor, but really they're like wholesaling the properties. Where I'm an actual end buyer. That being said, there are times when I do either flip, I buy and hold, or in some cases I may wholesale it if it makes sense. But one thing that you'll like about me is that I'm very transparent. I let people know what I'm gonna do with the property and how I can help. And if it makes sense, then I'll be your solution. And if not, no harm, no foul, no pressure on my end. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. And so I was just asking your mom, and it sounds like both of you own the property, or what's the situation there?
No, I own it. My name's the only one on the deed,
Okay.
but
Okay.
my mom is like the one that just kind of does everything with it.
Gotcha. Okay. And from what I'm understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, and I know my mom dropped me in my head many times when I was a baby, so sometimes I'm a little slow, but from my conversation with your mom, it sounds like you ladies don't really want to deal with tenants and toilets anymore, especially with what happened with the last tenant. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. It's been pretty rough on you ladies as far as them leaving it as a mess or maybe missing payments here and there.
Yep, all of that.
Oh no, sorry to hear that. I know some neighborhoods are like that, and some neighborhoods are better than the others. Let's just say that, you know. Um,
Yeah.
so Kintara, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, first and foremost, how much are you looking to get out of this?
Not a few. Um, I would say at least 100,000 is what I was thinking, somewhere around that number. Just because
I'll have to pay taxes on it, and then um, taxes on the income, and also taxes on the property are behind, and I know that's going to come out of the total as well. So as much as possible for as is, like how it is now. Like my mom's like forever fixing or doing something to it, and this is another reason why I'm just so over it. It's always something with this house, so I I'm just over it at this point. But that's around what I was looking for.
Got it. Okay. And then from what I heard, and maybe once again, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, right now, based on like back taxes and everything, I mean, it sounds like you guys owe about $8,000 to $10,000 of back taxes. Is that right?
If I'm being honest, I don't know, but I could follow up just to see what the balance is.
Okay. All right. Let's assume for a second it's about 10,000. Is there
Okay.
anything is there anything else like any other liens, anything else? Do you guys owe any money on this?
No,
Or you guys own this outright?
no, I own it outright. There's no liens or anything on it.
Okay. And then so after let's just assume for a second $10,000 is what's owed. After that's paid off, I mean, how much would you like to walk away with in your pocket?
I would say at least 90,000.
Okay. And is there a reason for that 90,000? Is there something you're trying to accomplish, or how'd you come up with that number?
Um, just seems like a reasonable number. And yeah, that's just what I'll go with.
Okay, is it reasonable because of what you've seen in the market, or is it reasonable because it's just a nice number that came out of thin air?
Uh, I'm not sure what the specs are for the market at this point. I just know that in the area of town that it's in, there's a lot of regentrification going on. It's near like the Frost Center area, and so they're rebuilding all the way up into that area. And so I know people when they call and offer this and offer that and all those things. Um, uh, Around that range is kind of like what we've been going for and what people have kind of been offering uh, here recently, I would say.
Okay, all right, I see what you're saying. All right, so if you don't mind, let me just explain to you how my process works and how I look at properties and how I can see where I may have to be just so that I can keep the lights on. And just to let you know, by the way, I don't try to hit a home run on every deal. I do quite a bit every month. I do about 5 to 7 deals a month. So I'm more of a base hitter. As long as I can get on the first base and as long as I can help you folks out and put a smile on your face, for me, those are the type of deals that I love to talk about with my friends and family, during the barbecues, right? And so I don't set the price. Unfortunately, you guys don't set the price either. It's the market sets the price, and I'm just looking at what's sold in the area, not necessarily what's selling, because a lot of realtors tend to slap a pretty high number on a lot of houses, and that's why they stay on the market for like 6 months or so. So I'm really looking for what's sold. And there's a property right on East Houston Street, which is literally just a couple of blocks away from center. It's a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 800 square feet. And that one is pretty much ready to move in. There's not a whole lot. There's only two walls that the person would have to fix because it was painted purple and blue. It's actually just one room. It must have been their kid's bedroom. And that one sold in October 30, 2025, and it only sold for $80,000. And so, as much as, and I told your mom, I love helping people out as much as I want to help you folks out, I also have to be very fair to my business as well. Because if I'm not, then I'd be out of business like 3, 6 months from now. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
I don't work for a hedge fund and I'm not like the orange guy in the White House. I don't have unlimited funds, so I gotta be strategic when I do buy properties. And so right now, looking at what's sold in the area for 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, even better than as is conditions are only selling in the $80,000 mark. I know yours is about
Hmm.
884 square feet, so maybe after I fix it, I can resell it for 85, maybe 90. So my only concern is if I pay you $100,000 before I even pick up a single hammer, I'm already upside down $10,000, and that's not even counting all the fees that I have to pay for. Because if I buy this off you guys, I will pay all the closing costs now, so no money out of your pocket,
Uh-huh.
no realtor fees. I'll buy it as is, so you don't have to fix anything. That being said, when I sell it, I also have to pay closing costs again. I have realtor fees and so forth. I don't want to bore you with all of that, but there's business expense that I have to take into consideration. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to lowball any folks. I'm not that far off from that number. It's just hard for me to overpay for a property and then be upside down 10,000 already before I even write the check. Is that
Mm-hmm.
fair? Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying.
And so I will offer you folks speed and convenience. I can close on this as soon as possible, as soon as title clears. Today's the 20th. Let's just say I can probably close on this by mid-March. So let's say by March, I don't know, March 12 or March 17. Um, that being said, with the speed and convenience, the trade-off there is a little bit on price, and asking $100,000 is just it's a little bit over market price.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, if I can do all of
Okay.
that for you folks, if I can offer speed and convenience, you don't have to fix anything. I'll buy it as is, at its current condition, as it stands right now, and I'll pay all the closing costs, no realtor fees, right? I mean, what is it that you're
Uh-huh.
absolutely trying to accomplish so that way we can hopefully meet at a nice number that makes sense for you, but also makes sense for me.
What is the number that you're offering?
Yeah, so the thing is, buying it at 100,000, you already know I'm upside down on that. Right
Right,
now,
right. Absolutely.
just
I understood that part. I just wanted to
yeah,
know like what price are you offering or that you're comfortable at, and then we
yeah.
can discuss it to see if that's something that we want to do, because pretty much that's like the deciding factor at the end of the day. Like how much is it?
No, I completely understand.
Like what the number is, and
So
then we
here,
can figure out if that'll work.
so here's the
And I'm sorry, I'm
thing.
trying to get in my car with groceries, so I'm breathing hard like a fat girl. So sorry.
No worries, no worries. So a couple of things. It's just like obviously in that neighborhood, if I decide to keep it as a rental, as far as the folks, and I do have quite a bit of rentals
Then
out
zero
there.
out of 10.
Oops, hello.
At that point, you can decide what you want to do with it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, I mean, in a very perfect ideal world, in an ideal world, I would need it to be in the 60s, but I absolutely love you guys because you guys have been very transparent with me. I can come up a little bit and meet you guys in the middle. So right now, instead of us going back and forth, I mean, I'd love to be able to close on this. I just need to be in the low 70s.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. I hear you. I understand. And I just, yeah. To me, like at that price, I already know for me it's a no. I mean, I can talk to my mom and see what she, thinks about it, but for me, it would just be a no um at that price. Like, I just don't think it would work for me. But again, I'm also not, I'm not like in a desperate situation where I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna sell it for anything. So I'm okay with waiting and all that. But I know like these people like continue to like call my mom, and so she'd be like, oh, well, this person called me today, and I'm like, okay, and like that's just my thing because I don't really deal with it, but I'm not the one that's going over there and like dealing with the tenants and doing all that like my mom is, and I'm not. So to me, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. But I mean, I can, if the low 70s is the number, like you said, that's okay with me. But we can talk about it. But I know for me, like that just wouldn't be enough.
Okay. So here's the thing,
But mom, you want to
and
talk about it?
And I completely respect that. And here's one thing that, if you don't mind, I'd love for you to just hear me out on this for a little bit. Um, with the 70, first and foremost, I don't want you guys to give it away, and I have no inkling feeling that you guys are in any distress situation at all or whatsoever. Because if you were, I would have offered you 30,000 for it, right? So I'm actually being fair with a 70, and the reason why is because if I can buy a property that's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom where I don't have to fix anything, and I can buy it for about $85,000. All I'm saying is based on the way it was described right now, I probably have to put in about $15,000 of repairs in there in order for me to get it rent ready. And so from the 85, I'm just subtracting 15 just to
No.
come down to 70, right? So I'm not trying to pull a fast one of you folks. I'm not trying to lowball you.
No,
If I were,
I
I would be in the 30s. You know what I mean? And so I'm just trying to be fair. It's just, and if you don't mind me asking, when you say 70 wouldn't work for you, just curious, why wouldn't it?
because I just know that I can get more for it, even if it's not a right now immediately by in 2 weeks deal situation. There's no urgency. I think especially in Texas, to have property or land is a benefit. So it's only gonna appreciate in time for what we even pay for the house. So I'm not in a rush or in a hurry to sell. Just considering we still owe taxes on it. So if we're talking 70,000, by the time, the taxes come out of it, whatever, we still owe on taxes. And then for selling the house, I'm going to still have to pay, 15% on whatever I get. It's almost nothing, So to me, I don't think that, it's beneficial, right? I understand the point that you're making about, what a 2-bedroom is going for with you having to not fix up anything and, deciding what fair is to where, I can get something, you can get something out of the deal. I totally understand what you're saying. And I'm not, negating the fact that in the totality of things, yeah, probably fair. But I'm not in a space to where I need to sell in order to make some sort of income. You know what I mean? That's not where I'm at. And I know there probably are a lot of people that are 30,000, 50,000, that's a lot of money to have in my pocket. But I'm just not at that point to where that makes sense for me.
Yeah, okay, I got you. And if you don't mind me asking, you did say something, and I was just a little bit lost, so I just want to get a little bit of clarification. You said something about 15%. What was that 15%?
Or whatever. I don't know what the exact percentage is, right? But when you sell a property and you put that as income of what you sold and made for that year, I know I'm going to have to pay the taxes on that. So it's I get to sit and have this money and still not be responsible. I sold property and gain for selling this property. I'm going to have to pay taxes.
You're saying taxes
next year.
Yeah, no. You got cut off, so I didn't hear the word before you said 15%. That's why I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's quite at 15% or what the percentage is, but when I sit down and do my taxes next year, they're going to say, oh, okay, did you sell a property? Yes, I did. How much did you sell? Okay, well, I have to put that aside as well and just kind of think about that too. So sure. I'm just for me, I'm just thinking of all the things and to, have a property and, walk away really with only, $20,000, $30,000 to be I have this $20,000, $30,000 to, do whatever with it's not worth it. That's what I mean by it, especially when it's not a dire need for me to be I don't need, it's a need of operation, or I'm at a situation where I just want to sell it. And I know my mom is, but again, I feel like she's like that because she's dealing with it and attendance and all that. It's I'm just ready to get rid of it. Jesus.
Yeah, but not for that low price. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
All right. Well, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I mean, your guys' house, your decision, so I'm not here to pressure you in any way, shape, or form. But if you don't mind me asking, I mean, if no one buys this at that price point, who pays the $10,000 in taxes? And are you guys going to put in time, sweat equity, and money into it to get it rent ready again?
Yeah, I mean, that's what she's doing. I'm not really. Whatever she wants to do. I let her do, what she wants to do with the tenants and renting it and fixing it and all that. I don't, I let her do what she wants to do. If she's the one that's really putting her money in to fix this and do that. And when they tear it up or whatever, she's the one really doing that, So I guess the answer is yes because she's been doing it. So
Absolutely.
I mean,
No, I completely understand. And ladies, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, your house, your decision, no pressure on my end. It's just, at the end of the day too, I mean, with your calculation, right? Like if I were to buy this, and I'm not saying that you'll sell it, but if I get lucky and I buy it at 70 from you guys, 10,000 goes to the taxes and utilities and water, whatever you owe. You're left with 60. You take away 15% of that, you're down to 50,000. I mean, $50,000, 50K 3 weeks from today is better than no K.
Yeah, but no, it's not. That thing.
I know,
No,
I
it's
understand.
okay.
It's just, yeah, it's just buying it at $100,000. I mean, you guys can understand how that can be a little bit ridiculous, right? I mean, because at that point you're
Well,
asking
not
more than
yeah,
retail
but not
price.
really.
Well,
Yeah, but
no, I
not
mean,
really, because there's so much, like she said, is going on in San Antonio. So that would not be anything that I would even entertain.
yeah, ma'am. But
The area that it's in.
here's the thing. How much? And let me ask you this, and then I can let you guys go after this, if you don't mind. Let's assume for a second I buy this off you, okay? And then how much do you think I can resell it for after I fix it? Forget renting it because I don't even want the tenants in there, right? You said they don't pay, so I don't want to deal with it. I just want to go ahead and flip it because of the gentrification, everything that you're
Well,
saying. How much do you think I
I
can
was
sell it
told
for?
by a realtor that it could go anywhere from uh, 130 to 150.
Okay, so let's say
If
one.
if if
Can we
if
say
I was to
140?
fix it up, everything. Say that again.
Can I say I can resell it for 140? Is that a fair number?
Yes,
Okay, so I'll
yes.
run it with you guys'
That's
numbers
in
just so
between
that
the
you can
130
understand.
and the 150.
Okay, so let's
Say
say
that again.
no, I just want to run your numbers so I can see if it would work. Okay, if I can make it happen for you guys, I'm more than happy to. So I can sell it for
Hmm.
140. Now, if I'm gonna sell it for 140, then that means I actually need to make it look good. Not Taj Mahal. I'm not trying to create a Taj Mahal here, but it has to be better
Correct.
than rent ready, right? Because as you can probably agree with me, houses nowadays are pretty expensive, and if there's a newly wed couple or a young family that will spend the money, I want to make sure that they have a new house, new feel, new smell, new look to it, right? And so,
Correct.
just curious, and if you don't know the answer to this, it's totally fine. How much do you think it's going to cost me so that I can sell it for 140?
Probably, like I said, probably 10,000. I would say at the max, just because like you said, if it's somebody young, then they want the fancy new cabinets and all that. If you're just trying to rent it out, then you can rent it out with what's in there. There's nothing wrong with what's in there. So
All right.
it's not going to take as much as you think that it would.
Okay, so 10,000 is what you think I can sell it for. I'm not sorry, not sell it to put in there, right?
Right.
All right, so I'll put 10,000. And by the way, I will explain where I think it would be if you don't mind, but I'll run it
Hmm.
with 10,000. Okay, so here's the situation. If I buy this off of you for $100,000, okay, I buy it off you for 100,000. I gotta put in $10,000 in there, like you suggested. Okay.
Hmm.
Now I have closing costs times two because I'm paying for it now and I'm paying for it later and I'll be paying realtor fees later. And I also have holding costs. So I'm not going to bore you with any of these, but these are just all the business expense that I have. That's just cost of doing the business, right? So I gotta attach that into there. So if I buy this, and this is not just me, it's any investor, if I buy it at $100,000, my all-in number is $126,800. So that means I will be risking $126,800. Let's just say 127, just so that I can try to sell it between 130 and 150. So what that means is I'm going to be risking $127,000 just to potentially win anywhere from 3,000 to about 23. So ladies, that's a lot of money.
Hmm.
would you guys ever risk 127,000 just to resell it for 130, 140?
Yeah, because you don't have to look at the sale. You can rent it out, lease it for X amount
I
of
know, but
years
if
or whatever. And,
if I do that, then I'm the one that then I'm inheriting your guys' problems, because that means I'm gonna get the same type of tenants.
well, not necessarily, because
Maybe a
like
little
I
bit
said,
better, maybe a little bit better,
you
but the
have
neighborhood is the neighborhood.
access at you have access at really doing your due diligence on their jobs and how long they've been on and all that type of stuff. I don't have that because I'm not uh, a realtor or a licensed person that can, do the background and do all of what needs to be done in order to get somebody in there. You know,
Yes, ma'am.
past
Yes, ma'am.
past rental, past rental history and all that type of stuff. That's the difference.
Yes, ma'am. And I do agree that it's just at the end of the day, even though I have that, I can't
Right.
control the people that are gonna rent it from me. Meaning,
Correct.
if it's
Correct.
in the hood, it's in the hood. No one from Bel Air is gonna go to the hood, right?
Well, we don't know that because we do
Well,
have
I'm just
some
saying, but you
over
know
the
what I mean.
bridge. Don't do us like that. We have
No.
some over the bridge that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Oh, trust me,
Yes.
I've got properties
Yeah,
in good
which is
areas and I've got
crazy.
properties in the hood, and each property I have to look at it differently because I have to cater to my audience. That's all I'm saying, right? I have to cater to my
Yeah,
audience
absolutely.
because the neighborhood is the neighborhood, right? So can I get
Right.
lucky and get a nice
Right.
family?
But a lot of the
Absolutely.
neighborhood is no longer here that was here. So they do have a lot of houses here that has been rebuilt and a lot of them that they built from the ground up, a whole lot of them. So the area is not as bad as what you may think it is.
Okay. Well, let me ask you.
I
I mean,
know, and I don't want to cut y'all off because I know y'all are, having this whatever coulda, shoulda, woulda banter, and that's awesome. But for me, again, this Quintara, I don't know. My mom is
Right.
just like, oh, whatever.
I'm not
But
gonna go for 70,000. No.
okay, all right. So with that being said, I know, y'all can think about it. I know, you're like, well, for me, I don't want to take the risk, blah blah blah. Like I get it, and at this point, I'm just like, while I understand everything that you're saying, and what makes sense, what don't make sense, and then at 70, she's saying no. I was already saying no, so that's just what it is. I guess we will
and
keep our
and
problem
no,
house and and keep it moving at this point because
and
Yeah.
I don't see
That's a
any
giveaway,
ground.
honestly.
So so
Miss
I'm okay with
Kintara.
that. Like I said, if you change your mind or feel there's a different number you can offer, we can talk about it at that point. But it sounds like we've kind of reached a consensus at this point on today,
So, Miss
unless you
Kintara,
have something else to add. Yeah.
I do. So this is the question I was going to ask you both. $100,000. I understand $70,000 is way too low for you. I get it. $100,000 is just way too high. So what's a good number in between that would still be okay with you folks? And I'm not asking for food out in the middle of the street 6 months from today.
So what's a good number, Mom? What do you think? Because
Well,
I
I
already
was
know the
thinking the
numbers that we
90.
already have on the table. So
Right. That's
what
what
does
I
it
said.
say?
I was thinking the 90 would, help them and help us. But, it depends on what they think that they're
Yeah, I
willing to pay.
mean, if 90 is the
Yeah.
low,
So
which is totally fine.
Or,
If you guys have offer at 90,
or the 80, or the 85. Now, you're saying 70. That's super low. I would prefer the 85 if you were to want it. But the next person, if I call that lady back, I think she will go for, maybe
I'll tell you
5,000 off
I'll tell you
with
right
that
now,
number.
that lady, I'm more than happy to bet that that lady's not even an end buyer. Just based on the way you described her to me. If she is an end buyer, by all means, please, I will be the first one to tell you, please, please, please take that, right? But if she's not an end buyer, I just want you to understand, if she's not an end buyer, she gets you under contract for 30, 60 days, whatever it is, and then every week she's going to try to price drop you to the right price point. because that's how wholesalers do it. So here's the thing. I'm not going to go bid against her. If you guys want to take her offer, by all
Yeah.
means do that. You can always use me as a backup
Right.
buyer. Now, let me ask you this. If I do get you guys 85,000, do you care where it comes from, whether it's for me or someone else? As long
No.
as you get 85?
Right.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking you this, and like I told you, and I promise you from not only this call, but from previous calls, is that I'm always transparent with folks. At $70,000 is actually what I need because I have to hire a crew, right? I have expenses that I got to pay for. I have
Okay.
partners in that area where, let's just say, they're, you know, they're of Hispanic community and they have their own
Right.
family and they don't have to pay a crew. So
Correct. Correct.
they have less expenses than I do,
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about.
So here's the thing. I would love to be an easy bun for you folks. And I'm not like the others that's gonna ask you for 30 days. I'll do an $85,000 agreement between you and I. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask just for 14 days for me to go reach out to a few of these partners of mine that I've done business with in the past and see if they would do 85. They'll do walkthroughs and then they'll come back to me with real numbers. I'll get feedbacks. And from those feedback, if they're good at 85, then we go ahead and close on it. If they're not good at 85, I will let you know all the feedback that I get, good, bad, or ugly, right? And then if
Right.
you decide not to take any of them, then we part ways as good friends and it didn't cost you anything, but at least now you actually know what end buyers in that neighborhood are willing to pay for. And then at that point, you can
Okay.
make a decision for yourself on what you guys want to do. Does that sound fair?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The realtor that I have, he's the top of the game. He's not even a realtor. He's above all of that. So he's the one that told me if I were to do everything that I could at least get, he would put it on the market for 150. So I know that if I were to do everything, because every guy just basing it on, are the, fixer upper guys. They just base it on, I could just, do this, do that, or whatever, but no, if I do everything to it, then of course I could sell it for the top price also.
Yeah. So on that note, I mean, are you guys game for that? Like I get an agreement with you between you and I at 85. And just
Yeah,
to explain to you my process, just so that we're all aware, how my process works is we get an agreement in writing saying, hey, I'm looking to purchase this at 85 and I just need 14 days to find an end buyer on this. Okay.
okay,
And in those 14 days, either we're going to move forward at 85 or every single one of them are going to come back with me with a different number, which at that point,
okay,
you have a decision whether you want to take the new number or you just want to rip the contract in half. Either way, I'm
okay,
okay with whichever way you decide to go. So you're not like tied to me in any way, shape, or form. But for those 14 days, you are. But that's why I'm only asking for 14 days because I don't like tying folks up for a long time.
oh,
I like to move quick. So at the end of the day, you don't get paid, I don't get paid, no one gets paid if nothing moves. So 14 days is all I ask for. I can send over an agreement for $85,000 and I go to work in the next 14 days and find you guys one of those folks that don't have to hire a crew that can afford to pay 85.
okay. You still on the phone, Todd?
Yeah, but let me talk to the other lady just to be sure, and then if that's okay, then you can call this gentleman back and let him know.
Okay.
All right, that sounds like a fair plan. I know it's Friday, so maybe I'll touch base with you folks either tomorrow or Monday. Would that be cool?
Okay. That'll be fine.
All right, we'll
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I
I
think that
would
would be
probably
proper
say
next
Monday.
steps.
Yeah,
Monday?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. No pressure.
yeah,
Like I
yeah, yeah,
said,
yeah. Follow up on Monday so I can just make sure with the other lady that you had me talk to see, whatever that is and make sure that we're in the clear because, again, I don't want to start something that I already know if it's not going to go. If I already told somebody else something, like, let me
Right.
just make sure to review what I already
Yeah,
talked
and
to the
I
other
already
lady
told
about.
him. Yeah.
I don't even know the lady's name. Some people call her. I'm sorry. I already forgot your name. Tell me your name again.
my name is Caesar. It's very easy.
Caesar.
It's just like the salad or
Caesar.
the palace, whatever makes a smile on your face.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So, yeah, try call back on Monday so I can just make sure because I don't want to be telling you one thing, telling another lady something, and all this stuff. Of course,
yes, ma'am. And ma'am, if you don't mind,
so I don't even.
if
Jesus, I have to check my email.
yeah,
So,
if you don't mind, there's only 2 questions you can ask her, and if you ask her these 2 questions, you'll know right off the bat whether she's an end buyer or not. And you can use this.
okay,
You can use this with anyone. All right, I'm giving you guys. I'm trying to
free
add value
game.
here. Free game.
Inside,
Yeah.
inside
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
If they say they're the end buyer, you tell them then I want $5,000 earnest money deposit. Okay.
Okay.
And I want a non-assignable clause in your agreement. I can send this over to you via text so you can
Yeah.
remember.
Can you email it to me so I know what the words are?
Yes.
Because again, I don't know. I'm just talking in numbers, right? Like, okay, what's the
No
number you
rush.
said? Okay, boom. What's the
Yeah.
number you said? Okay. So, if you email it to me, and I'm gonna give you, I can give you my email if you're
Yes, I'm
have a pen
available.
or
Yep,
laptop.
I do. I'm good. Yep.
Okay. Let me give you this number. Quintara.
So I'll send that over for you on what to ask. Because if they are an end buyer, then she should say, okay, I'm okay with that. And if they're not okay with it, then they're not an end buyer. It's as simple as that. The same thing with me. If I was going to be the end buyer, I would be able to say yes to those. And since in this case at that price point, I won't be full transparency. So that way, you know how I can be of service for you folks. And if you want it,
Right.
great. If not, that's okay. There's always other houses.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Perfect.
All right, ma'ams. You have a phenomenal weekend now. Thank you for your time. And I'll go ahead and send this over.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
The person you've dialed can't take your call now. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, simply
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, good afternoon. This is Caesar. Looks like you responded to my text earlier today. I just saw it. Looks like you're still looking to sell this property on Ullman Street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. All right. How much you looking to get for it?
50.
50, huh? All right. Pulling it up right now as we speak. Can you tell me a little bit what you got going on over there? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I was asking, could you tell me a little bit what you got going on over there while I pull this
Oh,
up?
it says it's a one single family home, 1 bedroom, garage in the back, up 300 feet long, and so I don't know, 20, so it's 24, 20 something feet wide.
Okay, is this currently vacant? Are you living there? Do you have a
Yeah,
tenant in there?
vacant.
What's the
No, it's
situation?
vacant. It's vacant
Okay, how long has it been vacant for?
as long as I owned it. I only use it for storage.
Oh, okay. How long have you owned it for now?
About uh, 15 years, maybe.
15 years. Okay. 15 years, that's quite some time, man. And you've been using it as a
15.
storage?
Fif-
Yeah, 1-5?
15.
Yeah,
15.
yes, sir. That's what I said. 15 years, 1-5.
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, what got you looking to sell after all these years?
I just use it. I have my own business. I used it for my storage over there.
I know. That's what I was saying. Like, what got you looking to sell now out of all the other years?
Yeah, I'm retiring, man.
Just no need
Getting
for
too,
it.
getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. What'd you do before, man? Were you in the real estate investing, or were you doing something else?
No, I was just using it for, like I told you, I have a business and I still have it. It's just, I was using it for storage.
Okay. All right. And do you owe any money on this, or you currently own it outright?
No, it's paid, you know.
All right, perfect. That's good. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you come up with that number?
How'd I come up with that number?
Yes,
That's what I think I
sir.
wanted for it. It's because of the property, size of the property.
Yeah, okay. So this is a one bedroom, one bathroom. Looks like
Right.
it says 401 square feet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like I'm looking on Google Map here. Looks like it's the smallest house on the block, yeah? That little.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I mean, for a 1-1, I mean, if I fix that place up for, how much can I rent that place out for?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't rent it.
Okay,
I had it all that time. I never rented it out.
gotcha.
Somebody was living there. I don't know how, but it needs to be remodeled.
Yeah. How much, all right, well, do you know how much you think I can resell it for after I fix it up?
Oh, a lot more than I'm selling it for.
What was that?
A lot more than I'm selling it for.
That's how much, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was that?
I said a lot more than I'm selling it for.
Okay, well, like how much more?
I don't know, probably double.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just looking at, I mean, I don't see any 1-1s in the neighborhoods. Everything's like 3-1, 4-1.
Right? Yeah, they're all big houses around there. I know.
They're all big houses. I mean, I just don't know if I can sell a 1-1 for $100,000 in that neighborhood. Trying to figure out how
Well,
much
you
I
know
can
what? They
sell it
got it
for or
assessed
rent it
at
out for.
higher than that, man. So
What was
I'm
that?
really good. They got it assessed higher than that. Higher than 100,000, man.
How, you
Yeah.
talking about like the county
I
tax
don't know
assessor
where they
value?
got the number from. They got 109. They just sent me the new reassessment or whatever.
Oh, geez, no way. 109,000 is what they
Yes,
assess you for?
yeah, yes.
Last
And
year, it looks
I
like it was
sent him.
41. That's
It was
crazy.
47, yeah. And I
Yeah.
sent him a letter too. I go, "What? This is more than double the fucking thing." And they, "Oh, we're doing this." I go, "You're just doing it to raise the property tax so you get more taxes."
Well, that's what I was just gonna say, man. I tell you, of all the properties I have, not one time did Uncle Sam ever buy my house for the same price that they were taxing me for.
Right.
You know? Um,
Yes. There's no way.
yeah, there's no way. That
Yeah,
is
there's no way you're
insane.
gonna get it. Not unless it's all fixed, man. You probably do it.
Yeah. You know how much you think I need to sink into this property or no?
I don't know. I just got to remodel the inside.
Yeah. Let me just see. Let me just see one last thing here. I just need to look. Just to let you know, I'm just looking at what the market is doing, so that way I can make a smart decision here. Because
Yeah.
if I buy this off you, uh, I would be buying it not to live there. It would just be an investment property for me.
Right.
Either I
Yeah.
rent it or I sell it.
Sell it. I know.
I just don't know. How's the neighborhood, by the way?
I don't know. Average, I guess.
A lot of
It's not.
troubles or no?
I live not far from there. I live only
Okay.
about 10 minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I see and right now I'm just looking at like what investors are paying for like off market for investment properties out there. I mean, I see one on 11 Oregon Place sold for 25,000. That was a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. Let me see. Well, that's a 6-2 sold for 160. Just bear with me for a second. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, I always tell folks at the end of the day, a little bit different than the others. The others are just trying to lowball you, try to get as much margin as possible. For me, I just want to make sure I can keep the lights on. I actually do like to help folks out, put as much as I can in your pocket. That said, I also got to be fair to my business, and I'm sure you can understand you're a business owner yourself. You've got margins you got to hit, and so do I. I mean, what is it that you guys, what you're trying to, absolutely trying to accomplish here by selling this house?
I'm just selling it, getting rid of it.
Okay.
I'm not trying to accomplish anything. I'm
Yeah.
just getting rid of this stuff. Yeah, because now I don't even use it hardly, and paying taxes and everything on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I'm asking is because my only concern is if I buy it at 50, my concern is that I can't even resell it for 100. Because 3 1s, 3 2s are selling for 150, 160. But it's a much larger house. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
kind of like doing a sniff. I always call the sniff the air test, right? Just looking at just based on square footage of your neighborhood. A 155, which was a 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 104,000 for a 3 2 on 85 Ullman Street. That sold in September of last year. So 50,000, my only concern is that if I buy this at 50, I would be upside down before I even pick up a hammer, this one. And that's why I was asking if there's something that you're trying to accomplish in that way.
I'm
Whatever
not
offer
trying to
you make, I
accomplish
can
anything. I'm just trying to get rid of it. That's
just
all.
get rid of it. Okay. So
Yep.
here's the thing. I'm just looking at, just based on the numbers that I'm seeing, I can probably resell this anywhere between, on the very top end, I would say probably 85. Probably about between 60 to 85, just because it's such a small house. I might even just tear it down and have to build a new one. The only problem is building a new property over there. It's going to cost about $150 a square foot just to build a brand new house. So just 1,000 square foot house is already 150,000. So if I were to buy this, I mean, I would be lower than 50 just because I gotta make a little bit of change on there. Is there a number that you're absolutely trying to accomplish here? So in that way, I can see if I can make that happen for you.
I don't know. What's your best offer, man? What do you give me the best offer?
I mean, in a perfect world, my
Yeah, I
yeah,
would give
in
it
my
to you,
perfect
right?
world,
Yeah. Just like
it would be 10,000 would be my perfect world here. Because I
that
still
ain't
got to put
happening.
in, about twenty
That ain't
thousand
happening.
dollars.
Okay, that's fine. If that's what you're thinking, forget it.
Well, no, I just said that's a perfect world. I mean, obviously we don't live in a
Yeah, I
perfect
know,
world.
man. There ain't no
I
way.
know, and in a perfect world, you'd like 52, but we don't live in a perfect world either. So what's a good
Yeah,
number for
right.
you
Right.
between 50 and 10?
I don't know, maybe 35.
35. All right, let me just look at land value real quick. Just give me like 2 more minutes. I'll be done with this.
I'm just telling you what they do. What they got it. They got it going now. They just got a freaking letter from that city. Right?
I know, man, but you also know that that's just absolutely ridiculous. So I mean, I can't even look at that as a benchmark. I mean, charging you $100,000, appraising it at $100,000 for this. I mean, I don't mean to shit on it, but it looks like a hobbit's house compared to all the other houses, you know?
Right. Yeah,
So
I do.
I can't really look at that as a benchmark. That's the only thing. So now I'm just looking at what the lot size is?
3,000 or so. Over 3,000.
Is it 3,000? All right.
It's over
So
3,000. I mean, it's a huge lot. The thing goes back forever. If you're looking at it, that is pretty the main reason.
okay. Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if I get you, if I can get that $35,000 to you, does it matter where that money comes from as long as it gets to your bank account?
Not to me.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking, because I always like to be transparent with folks. It's just that house is just it's so small that I really think the only way to do this is to get a developer to come in and just tear that down and just build a new one. Um, but I'm not a developer, right? So what I
Right.
would do on here is let's say you and I get an agreement at 35. All I ask for is 14 days. Once you and I are in agreement, and then in those 14 days, I can send my guys out there to do an assessment, and then either I get a developer to buy it at 35, or we don't. And if we don't, we rip the contract in half. If we do, then we open title and we let the title attorneys do what they do best, which usually takes about 30 days in New York, just because attorneys out there tend to be a little bit slower when it comes to these things. And they move like molasses, I tell you. Um, every time I open and close a deal there, it takes a long time. Um, oh gosh, do you have any other wiggle room on that 35?
Kind of, I'm killing myself already.
Well, here's what I can do for you, man. And like I said, I like to be transparent with folks. I don't mind getting an agreement with you at 35. Looking at what's selling in the market as far as land is concerned, I just want to be transparent with you right now that most likely any feedback that I get on here is going to land anywhere between, I'd say, about 15 all the way to 35. I know it's a wide range, but just looking at what the developers are buying land for, it's going to be around that range. And I'll do my best to get you that 35. But I also just want to, manage your expectation that if all the guys are coming back to me at 29, 29.5, 33, 32, I just also want to make sure that you would at least be open to entertain and be flexible with it.
I might be flexible. I'm trying to get rid of it, but I don't want to give it away now. So,
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll do my best to get you to 35. Um,
yep.
but all the offers might just land between, I would say the lowest end would be 15, and the high end would be about 35. Um, and so as long as these guys land, and by the way, when I do this, you don't pay me anything. I'm not charging anything. All I'm doing is I'm being a partner to that developer, whether they pay me for a finder's fee or they make me as a partner so that once they build it, I can get a little bit of a percentage on the back end. That's really how I get paid on it. So I just wanted to be transparent with you.
Yep.
All right, so you're okay with that? If I get an agreement with you for 35 and I just get an agreement for 14 days, quick in and out.
All
If I
right.
can find you an end buyer, we're good. If not, that's okay too. We'll rip the contract in half.
Yep.
All right, what's your email address?
Uh,
No. What's your email address? addmechanical at aol.com. All right. So let me just explain to you how the process works so that you're fully aware. Once we have the agreement executed, meaning both you and I sign it, then that's when I go to work. And three things are going to happen. One, we'll open title, make sure title is clean and clear. And then the other thing is, like I said, I'm going to be sending local partners, local developers out there to assess the situation. So a couple of things. One, what would access be like? Because they're probably going to want to be able to at least walk the property to see if they can even save any of it.
right. I mean, I'm pretty flexible.
Do you live nearby or?
Yeah, I don't live there. Like I said, I'm kind of getting out of it, retiring.
Okay. All right. I mean, we can do. I can always do a 24-hour notice. Just to let you know, I don't control any of these guys' calendars because they're all third party, right? They own their own business, so there are times when they will cancel on me, or they will say they can't make it at 2, and all of a sudden they call me at 1:45 because they're 2 o'clock canceled. So I just want to make sure that you're fully aware of that, and you don't get mad at me if that does happen. If you're open to it, I don't know how much stuff you have in there left still, but if you're
Yeah,
open
there's
to
some
it,
crap in there. Yeah, there's some bullshit in there, but
you got nothing valuable.
nah.
Okay, the only
Got some
reason,
stuff in the garage, there's stuff in the garage there. But
okay, the only reason why I ask, Kevin, is because if you're open to it, if you can put a lockbox, I'll even pay for it. That would just make it a lot easier, so that way I don't bother you in the middle of the day. Because like I said, the last thing I want to do is have you drive there, then have them cancel on you last minute. You know what I mean?
that
If
has happened to me already.
it has happened to you already.
Yeah, I sat there for an hour, man, waiting.
Oh
Nobody showed.
shit, that's not good. So you tried
Yeah,
selling this
like I
before,
said,
or what? What
yeah,
happened?
I've been trying to get rid of it, man.
And what feedback have you gotten so far?
Um, just talking to them. I haven't gotten back to them or whatever, and they've been calling me.
Oh, but you said have you been under contract with other people though?
No,
Oh, you haven't. They were just saying they'll go visit it, but they never showed up.
yeah.
Oh, that's not good, man. That's not how I like to do business. And that's why I like to explain everything up front, so that way we can manage each other's expectations, you know?
Yep.
All right. I mean, are you open to putting a lockbox on there and I can pay for it?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you can do that and then just send me a screenshot of your receipt, I'm more than happy to Zelle you or whatever it is. I'll reimburse you for that lockbox. And then secondly, would you happen to have any pictures that maybe you can send over, so that way I can send over to my developers and my contractors, so that when they do the
I didn't
walkthroughs.
really. I never really took any pictures, but I can.
I'm sorry, you got cut off in the end. What was that?
I never really take any pictures. I never took any pictures. But I can. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean if you can, I mean it doesn't have to be today, but if you can maybe over the weekend or early next week, that would be great. Just because it'll help out a lot, and then also when they do the walkthroughs, they'll be in and out because they at least they know what to look for.
Yeah, because there ain't much to look at.
Yeah, I know it's a 1-1, but at the same time, they at least want to know what the heck they're driving, getting in the car for, right?
That's
And
right.
I know for a fact because when I buy business here in my market and my partners in Texas or New York calls me and go, hey, I have this thing, I want you to partner with me. I always ask for pictures before I even get in the car, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
So
Sure.
any of that would be a great help. Okay, I'll send this over to you shortly. You want me to give you a call back, quickly go over it with you from top to bottom as far as the agreement, so at least you know what you're signing?
Okay. When tomorrow or something? Because tonight ain't
Um,
good.
yeah, I can. It'll only take me like 5 minutes to draft this. I can call you back like in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to watch a hockey game right now.
Oh, you are? Oh man, yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
The fuck the USA's on right now, man.
Geez, my bad, brother. So what's a good time for me to call you later or tomorrow? You tell me.
Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, about 5 or 6 o'clock. Good.
5-6 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. I'll call you
Yeah.
around this time tomorrow then.
Yep.
All right, brother.
All
You
right,
have a
man.
good one. Okay.
All right.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.